Greetings, YouTube. It is I, Sakarma. I will not be putting on the accent the entire video. I just wanted to have a little spicy opening because I'm the spicy greenskins today against the High Elves led by Helmish. The High Elves led by Helmish. That's like a little tongue twister. All right. I've not been on a while, so my first cast in a little bit, but we'll forgive me some speed bumps. Anyways, we'll do my least favorite part of the video, the army comps. So I brought the greenskins led by Wurzag, the Unstoppable, with a couple of Savage Orcs to be lore friendly. I guess just one Savage Orc to be lore friendly. 3 Black Orcs, the 8 Peak Loonies, the Morgrim's Mangy Marauders. No, 2 Savage Orcs. Excellent. No, 3 these are Savage Orc Biggins here in the back. And then the Gobble Firing Squad, which is 2 Goblin Archers, and, pardon me, Rusty Airs, of course, alongside the Hammer of Gork. And what do I have on Wurzag? If I remember correctly, I think I have Fist of Gork, obviously, Effigy to get, Brainbuster to get rid of some... Is that called Brainbuster or Headbutt? I forget which one. I think it's Brainbuster. It's got a picture of a brain on it. That would make sense. To get rid of Archers, Fist of Gork to add some thing, and then here we go, of course, to boost my soldiers when fighting High Elf infantry, like Sword Masters. So over here I have some Hidden Forest Goblin Spider Riders and Dirkic Squids. I don't know about these guys. You know, I try them out in a lot of matches. They have really good stats, which I like the 8-2 speed, poison. I mean, 28, 27 isn't great, but they do have a melee boost against infantry, and it's armor piercing. Pardon me again. So they should be better, but I never find that they perform, so I don't know about those guys. But anyways, you'll see how it goes in the game. So what do we have here? We have a little bit of the High Elves playing like dwarves here. They took a little bit out of the Dwarven Book of Grudges style by making a little bit of geometric defense. So what does my opponent have? So he has 2 White Lines of Thrace on the corners here. The idea being they can, soak up some of the damage on the flanks and help hold. In the middle, they just have some Spearmen, but backed by 3 Archers. Again, with that concentrated firepower. And, these guys don't have terrible stats. Their melee defense is super high, 52. So they might be able to hold long on that. And then in the back, of course, in reserve, he has a Phoenix Guard to, support the line. On the sides, he has more Spearmen to guard the, I was going to call them Arrowmen, the Archers. And the top here, he's got it looks like a Sun Dragon. Yeah, I'm going to say it's a Sun Dragon. He's got a Prince. Yeah, it's a Prince, so a non-Princess on a Sun Dragon. Interesting choice. You don't really see those guys a lot. And then the Mage of High Magic. What does he got? Or she? So he's got the Fiery Convocation, Tempest, and Apotheosis, which all makes sense, One to catch Wurzag, although one to catch Asshat, the Slaughterer. Although if you did bring Asshat, you'd be in trouble because against High Elves, it's kind of a risk because he doesn't have that much armor and Dragons kill. But anyways, look at the battle started. So this is an interesting battle because I brought the Hammer of Gork, which I thought would be able to just wreck High Elf infantry, which it would, of course, if it was given time to fire. But he brought this Bolt Thrower. And as you'll see, I mean, the Bolt Thrower is really, really well with the Hammer of Gork. And the Hammer of Gork is supposed to lower, it does the Great Green Wallop, right? So it's supposed to lower our accuracy. It's supposed to do some damage on the stats. But you can see here, it's virtually changing nothing. And this guy is just easily out-trading me. It's not even close. Which, I guess that's an anti-artillery, and you see I'm losing a little bit, making a mistake. I beat this guy's a little close, but I figured it out really quick and I moved back. I mean, which makes sense because, as I was saying, the Bolt Thrower is an anti-artillery. It's anti-single unit, so it does make sense for it to be a little bit better. But you think the Great Green Wallop would actually do more because all these shots are hitting. Like, look at that! He hit him right on the tuchus there, right on the face, right on the kisser. The opposite of the tuchus, but right on the kisser. He took out one of my catapults already. So yeah, that's kind of disappointing. But I was like, all right, clearly I'm gonna lose this fight, the artillery fight, so I gotta run. He gets here and he gets a great Flame Breath. I mean, it doesn't do that much damage to the Black Orcs because it's Flame Breath, which isn't good against armor, but it absolutely wrecks Biggins. So I kind of messed up there. I was trying to move my guys around to hit the dragon with my archers. I must have pressed the wrong button in the micro. As you see, so I'm trying to ward off the dragon. So I'm moving these guys to the left flank. Everyone else, I'm like, all right, guys, time to charge. I shouldn't have bundled up here. What I should have done is tried to wrap around the flank. But then again, he does have those the cav. So, but you see here, I'm getting more into formation. I'm trying to figure things out. I was planning to just sit here and have him charge me. Obviously, did not work. But it's all good. I popped something on Wurzag. Who knows what I popped? Probably a brain muscle? No, what did I pop there? I don't know. Something happened to him. Anyways, so as you can see, the archers are devastating my Savage Orcs. So I realized that, so I pulled them back. Instead, have these guys charge first. These guys are shooting at those guys. These Goblin Archers are shooting at the Spearmen, which is a mistake because they have shields. But I start putting them back in line, getting in formation. I bring these guys back to also ward off the dragon, and you see I get him with the effigy to get, and I have my archers immediately turn. That was a really good breath attack. He actually got pretty good angle on them, but you can see that these guys don't have the best armor. I think it's like 50, right? Or 70, okay. But once he gets hit by the rusty arrows, he will go down very quickly. You can already see he's taking a lot of damage. And remember, sun dragons have like only 4,000 or so health compared to like the 6,000 of moon dragons, so not nearly as durable. So he's getting screwed. Over here, he summons a nice convocation. I see it though, and I pull my guys back. He still gets a good bit of kills, but you know, it didn't really do. Again, this line is more about my black orcs, but you can see their leadership is pretty weak between the shooting and the fighting the dragon. There's all this shit going on, but I bring these guys out to play, and these guys are leading reavers, so I thought maybe I'd be able to take this engagement. But you'll see I'm sorely mistaken. Meanwhile, these guys I have focusing down their archers because they're too busy shooting my front line. So if I can just leave my front line long enough, they'll get through. There's not a whole lot they can do about it other than the dragon. And I don't really mind the dragon. Over here, he charged my Mork'll Mage Marauders, and I think I charged them back just because I thought I could kill them quickly. And you'll see that's exactly what's happening. Over here, the Legion Reavers are treating pretty evenly, but he brings in the Spearmen, so I'm like, alright, time to fuck off. And these guys are pretty fast, but pretty sure the Reavers are also quite fast. 72. Okay, so or 90. Oh shit, yeah. So they're faster than these guys. So that I shouldn't even bother. But I'm bringing in the Savage Orcs to try and support. Meanwhile, I have broken through the middle, the center line against these Spearmen with the Black Orcs and the Dirty Lord Loonies, Peak Loonies, the Lord Loonies. But anyways, so they're doing well. There's nothing on the infantry line of the High Elves that can beat me. It's just the dragon and the fire from the archers. Even with the high armor of the Black Orcs, all these archers firing forever will take them down. So you can see he gets caught up with my Savage Orcs over here, which is good, which is fine for me. I don't really care about the cavalry engagement over there. It's not a big deal. He did shoot off my Rusty Arrows, which was a big move for him. But he sees he makes a critical mistake here. He brings the prince in here, and he tries to hit him. So I split my archers both sides, so he can't get both of them. So I have one over here, one over here. Now he's getting a little slowed, and he's got all these. Look at all he's got all this Bane Shield, all this nonsense going on. But I get Wurzag coming in. I pop something on him, and then I get him. So I hit him in the back with a decent charge because Wurzag does have a decent charge bonus. Oh, I hit him with Effigy to get him. Pretty sure he's got like Frenzy and all this other nonsense going on. So he's just getting beaten down by Wurzag. Not to mention the arrow fire from the Marauders and these guys. And you'll just see his dragon actually melts to thing, and then I get him with Effigy to get. So he's just getting damage from a million different areas. So he's just melting, and Wurzag is now known as Wurzag the Dragon Slayer because he's gonna bring this motherfucker down. You can see all this fire and the shooting and the slapping, and then he just I guess he just kind of had a little seize before the end of the game, for his last breath was taken. And we see over here the Legion Reavers are doing cycle charges, which makes sense. I mean, even though their stats aren't great, continuous cycle charges are going to bring them down. Savage Orcs Biggins, though, I mean, with the fall of their lord, you'd expect to see a bigger swing in my favor of the balance bar, but it's actually quite even. That's probably because I've lost a lot of units to start off. A lot of elite units as well. But as we can see, things are looking okay for me. I mean, a lot of his units are routing, but he does have a little strong core here, and he does have the Phoenix Guard, which are actually performing really well against Black Orcs. I mean, those Black Orcs were quite healthy before. See, I got a nice little brain bust in there, did a little bit of damage, and more importantly, disrupted their formation. So the longer they're going to fight without getting shot at, the better. You can see here I have a very healthy unit of Black Orcs held up on these spears. I figured there was no point to run them away because I would crush them pretty quickly. He does get a nice rear charge in here with the Legion Reavers, but again, their stats aren't fantastic. And I can countercharge Wurzag, and Wurzag will pretty much beat that unit on his own. Over here, he let his Mage of High Magic get caught out, and he's fighting the Black Orcs who have multiple chevrons now, and so he's just going to melt. But you can see a lot of his units are just trickling away. But in the center, he held, and these Phoenix Guard aren't super weak, and their stats are pretty good. I mean, comparable to Black Orcs. I mean, 38, what do they got? 38, 40, 36, 51, 30, 50. I mean, Black Orcs should destroy them, but you'll see in this battle, I mean, I think he casts a lot of, spoiler alert, this mage will come back. I think he casts a lot of Apotheosis, but yeah, you see, they're not losing health that quickly. They're performing quite well against the Black Orcs, although not doing too much damage themselves, but still, they're holding really well. This unit is pretty much full, and I've charged him through. He's got a Spearman over here. Over here, he's got some Illyrian Reavers. I've got these spiders over there. I forgot about these archers. Here, he charged some White Lions and my Goblin Archers, but I don't really care. I think at one point I just tell them to run away, because the further those guys are away from the actual fight, the better. Wurzag comes in here. Pardon me, I'm very sick, I guess, today. I just do a quick charge to help clean these guys up and help these Black Orcs break through the line. Because if I can just get on, these healthy units, his leadership will crumble. Over here, you have some guys coming back. But right now the main fight is here because even like a lot, it would take a lot of cycle charges from Illyrian Reavers to kill my Black Orcs, and I have effigy to get, which is on constant cooldown from Wurzag, and Wurzag's no slouch. Oh, I see. I made a mistake there. I made a little mistake. I was gonna charge these guys, and I was gonna charge it back. I was like, oh, I'll help. It's like, no, I'm already here. Might as well help them. So that was a little funny, back and forth. But yeah, even with these Illyrian Reavers cycle charging forever, with effigy to get and all these Black Orcs, they wouldn't be able to do much damage. But you look at that, they actually charged in and stayed in prolonged combat for a little bit and lost maybe 1 or 2 units. They did a lot, and they did a decent amount of damage. So the Illyrian Reavers are no joke in this matchup. But other than that, I start bringing all my units back in. These White Lances base are tracing these guys off, which I'm, again, perfectly content with. All my units started coming back, even Morgan's Major Marauders. And there's not a whole lot he can do, my opponent can do at this point. These guys are ready to flee, and you see now army losses are kicking in, and just it's game over. So what was the important thing to learn in this battle? For me, it was that these guys, these little Eagle Claw Boat Throwers, absolutely wreck Greenskin artillery, because this is probably the best artillery piece. I mean, you could argue, what are they called? Doom Divers are quite effective, and they are. But I mean, I think if you're going to talk about counter artillery, this is the best they have, the Greenskins, because it lowers accuracy, because it has the Great Green Wallop, and because it has that higher splash damage. So this is just an interesting match that I learned that it is very susceptible to Eagle Claw Boat Throwers, and I think it was also a good match to see the power of Wurzag. I mean, the guy is no joke in melee. He has that physical defense. He has that armor piercing damage. He has that high charge bonus. He has those buffs he can cast with matching himself Fisted Gork to boost all his stats, and it can really juice himself with Here We Go if he wanted to. So yeah, those are 2 major lessons I learned in this battle, was that Wurzag's no joke, and Hammercoke's no joke. And I also learned, well, not something I learned, I know for a long time. I think any dragon that's not Star Dragon, or sorry, Star Dragon, is really underwhelming for its price. I find Sun and Dragons and Moon Dragons just rarely perform for me. And I think you're always better off just spending as much as spending that max amount of income for a Star Dragon, because I just feel they're way more effective. And I also think the Princess is usually a better pick than the Prince, because she has that ranged and she has those, faux arrows of Kurnos, whatever her version is called. Other than that, I like this Illyrian Reaver build, especially since Greenskin Cav is kind of pretty awful. Orc Boy Biggins used to be really good. Orc Boys rather used to be good. No, Orc Boy Biggins, that's the one. Yeah, they used to be really good, especially in anti-cav fights, but nowadays they're pretty weak, and their speed's like 50, so they would never catch these guys, and they don't really have great armor, so archers would just melt them, and then these spearmen would destroy them. So yeah, I think this actually is quite an intelligent pick here for this specific matchup. But other than that, GG to my opponent here, Helmish of the High Elves? I don't know. Well, GG to him, and yeah, thanks for joining me, guys, and hope you liked the match. So Karma out.